Hi, I'm Dr. Todd Cooperman, president and founder of ConsumerLab.com, which has been testing vitamins and other types of supplements since 1999 and been publishing that on our site, ConsumerLab.com. Today I'm going to talk to you, not surprisingly, about protein powders and shakes and drinks because these are very popular and they can actually help you gain muscle, maintain muscle, whether you're young or old. I'm going to talk a little bit about the types of protein powders, what we found in testing these products. All the information and more and all the details and our top picks and all that are all on our site at ConsumerLab.com. So basically, who needs protein powder? Anyone who's trying to maintain or build muscle can benefit from getting extra protein in your diet. You can certainly get it from foods, both meat-based foods and plant-based foods. But more conveniently, you can also get it from protein powders and drinks and shakes. And what the benefit there is, it's convenient, and you're also avoiding the extra fat or cholesterol or sodium that you might be getting if you're getting it from a food directly. We tested and just reported on about 22 different products. Actually, 20% of these products didn't pass our tests, and it wasn't because of the protein, interestingly. It's because they had more carbohydrates or sugars or fats or cholesterol than they listed on their labels. And you'll see that information in our report, what we found and which ones passed and were approved by us. How do these products differ in terms of the types of protein? Well, first of all, you've got whey protein, which is really the most popular, and casein, which is also pretty popular, both from milk. And those are complete proteins. They have all the amino acids that you need to build muscle. In fact, just about every protein out there, even the plant-based, have all these amino acids, but the ratios are different. But the ratio in whey, is really ideal for building muscle, making it very popular. It also tastes kind of like just powdered milk if you just have it plain, pretty mild taste. The other types of proteins that are out there are plant-based proteins such as, say, hemp or soy, where you're actually typically getting some extra carbs or fiber with that, which can be beneficial if that's what you're looking for. In fact, say this hemp protein product, only half of the powder is protein. The other half, and this is just naturally from ground hemp seeds, is mostly fiber. There's egg protein powder out there now as well, a little more salty tasting, a little eggy tasting. There's pea protein powder, which is kind of a mild vegetable taste. And again, they can all help you build, maintain muscle. So when should you use protein powders? It's really best to use them. First of all, you got to use them in conjunction with resistance exercise, weightlifting, etc., which you should be doing at least 3 times a week. And that'll help, young people trying to build muscle and older people who have sarcopenia. Basically, they're losing muscle mass because they're not getting enough protein and they're not doing enough resistance exercise. And it's really critical as you get older that you do those things and you get that protein. And you'll need about 20, 30, 40, up to 50 extra grams of protein, really depending on how serious you're trying to build up muscle. And you can get, say, from a scoop of these products. Here are a few that we've tested. Each scoop is about 30 grams, of which about 20 grams is typically protein, the rest being carbohydrates or other things that have been added. And you should watch out for things that have been added. If you're upset, if your stomach's upset by certain types of sweeteners, things adding an OL or OSE, you have to watch out for that. Most of these don't contain those. Most actually are sweetened with either a sugar or with stevia now, which is very popular. I personally don't love stevia. It has a nice sweet taste, but then it kind of has a hollow aftertaste, I find. But many of these are sweetened with that. If you don't like it, watch out for that. The whey-based proteins, casein, they will have some lactose in them. So if you're lactose intolerant, be aware of that. However, if you want to avoid that, you can get an isolate where they isolate out the protein from the rest of the whey, and you can get isolates of these others as well, just focusing more on the protein and getting rid of the lactose and other things like that. And there are some good isolates in here as well. You can also get a hydrolyzate where they actually go a step further and actually break down the protein into, they basically are digesting it for you. Probably not necessary for most people though. And the hydrolysates tend to taste a little bit bitter. The best time to take these is after you work out because you will metabolically, it's a better setup for you. It'll help you control your blood glucose levels, especially concerned if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic. May help a little bit more with weight loss if you take it after working out. Although if you take it any time of day, again, that protein is going to help you build and maintain muscle if you're doing resistance exercise. Let's see, any kind of cautions. You should make sure you're getting enough fluid when you're getting protein. But generally, protein powders are safe. Just looking if there's anything else I want to mention to you. The cost can vary considerably. We found that to get 20 grams of protein varied across these products from just about 37 cents up to over $5. So you can really save. Protein powder can be expensive. You could spend easily a buck, $2, $3, per serving. But you can get that price down if you look at our results and basically price shop and compare prices. So you can get a very good protein. You can get it fairly inexpensively, but you need to shop around. I certainly recommend that you look at our report on protein powders, which also includes some shakes and drinks, liquids that have protein in them as well. It's all on ConsumerLab.com. And if you remember, you can access that and all our reports on everything else, every type of vitamin and supplement that's popular out there. And again, this is Dr. Todd Cooperman. Thanks for your time.